is up, everybody? How are we doing today? It is Memorial Day, as I see in the comments. I already knew that, though. I saw some stuff on Instagram and Twitter and all that good shit. So, man, oh man. Let's see what's going on here. Actually, first and foremost, what I got to do is I got to do the normal routine. I got to go to my channel. I got to hit the refresh. And I got to go and check out what's going on here. Oh, damn. Look at this dude.
I already knew that, though. I saw some
6
stuff
likes
on Instagram.
Hey, now. Check out that feedback. What's going on, John S.? How are we doing today? Oh, man. Joe, thank you very much. J-Man, how we doing? Good to see you guys in here. We got a couple people watching right now. Let's get those numbers up, though. Hit that like button, as usual. Well. It's been a little while. It's been a little while for sure. Things on my end have been pretty damn good, though, to be honest with you. Just trying to figure out what to do and where to go, what direction I want to go. And, that's kind of why I decided to come on here today as well. I got things kind of up and stable here. And then, for the past few months, I've been working on my own thing. Had to sit back and kind of reassess a few things as well. It's always good to do those kinds of things, reassess and redirect if you need to. So that's what's been up on my end. I guess I'll fill you in here in a little bit. I'm just waiting for more and more people to fill into the stream. Let's hope that does happen. I'm sure because it's Memorial Day that people are going to be out and about. Hopefully. At this point in time, too, I will definitely open up the floor for any questions. If people have any questions that they want to ask me, it'd be great to hear from you guys. Man, life has been so strange, though, for sure. I mean, for real. One thing that I realize about a lot of this stuff that I do, a lot of topics and discussion points come up when I'm able to just kind of go around. Drive around, experience, not touch people. That'd be fucking weird. But there's some touching sometimes, right? Some of the stories that I got for you. But then the other aspect of things is just being out in society and seeing different things that are going on. Man, I can tell you straight up that this whole entire time during quote unquote quarantine, what's going on, Dan S? How we doing, man? Good to hear from you. Man, I have been fucking disciplined. Very, very, very disciplined. And it's not just in the sense of my diet, which, by the way, what am I down to? I'm down to 224 right now from 250. Looking pretty damn good, probably sitting around about 11%, 10% body fat. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you in here. So that's been a great success. Touching me, touching you, absolutely. To the gym for some time, too. Probably shouldn't go on air saying this, but I don't care. I had a hookup. I had a friend, and I'll answer that question here in a second. Yeah. So I had access to the gym, and it just got kind of weird. Actually, believe it or not, some Karen called the cops. Said that people were going to the gym, and the fucking cop showed up. Told us that we couldn't work out anymore, and then they closed it down, unfortunately. So thank you, Karens. Thank you, Karens of California. Thank you, Karens all around the world. By the way, let's talk about this fucking Karen meme, man, because it is spot on. It is fucking honing in perfectly. I want to do a video on this, so I'm not going to go into too much depth. By the way, how many of you guys have been seeing the new videos that I've been posting up? And what are your thoughts on these new videos that I'm posting up? Believe it or not, I like that stuff. And that's kind of the direction I'm going to start moving more toward is don't expect me to be coming on here live every day. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to be coming on here every single day. I'm going to try to pop in here every once in a while, maybe get on a new routine when it comes to it, maybe once or twice a week. We'll see. I just like to be able to come up on here. What's up, my dude? How you doing? I just like to be able to come up on here and have my interaction with my guys. There's a lot of people in the comment section that were screaming for me to come back. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking come up on here, say what's up to the crew, get people amassed again, get people going, get people back on track too. That's another thing we'll talk about today. But anyway, I'm going to do a video on the Karens because that is the ideal archetype. That is the ideal meme of what women are when you remove masculinity from a civilization, essentially. Women are their most neurotic when they don't have men that are holding them to boundaries and telling them to STFU about just the fucking most neurotic shit. And the worst part about it too is they sit there from this high horse of just virtue signaling and this moral high ground as though they're saving lives. But the reality is they don't understand that through their authoritarian style of rulership, right? Because that's essentially what they're trying to do, is that they just destroy everything around them. And that's why I talk about when it comes to the feminine, right? The feminine, if left unchecked, the only thing that it can do is destroy. And there's markers of this. If you trace back any civilization, the second you give power over to the feminine in any civilization, it descends into a third world country, or it no longer ceases to remain, right? No longer exists. So, fix that date and time. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm playing with it right now. I don't mind coming up on here on Mondays right now. So I got a lot of stuff that's kind of going on. I can balance all of them. I can do all of it, but we'll see. I wanted to see what the reaction was going to be for today and keep it going. All that good stuff. The new video style is cool, and the sage wisdom is always on point. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do me a favor, guys. If you like the message that I send out, you guys got to share it. Like, that's the only way the message is going to get out. And I notice we as men, we have a tendency to not want to, I don't know if it's just part of our behavior or not. We collect information, we get the information, and then we just kind of like close out and we're like, yeah, that was good. But we never really sit there with the share button and fucking like actually share it. You know, women are more prone to sharing information and building communities. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but I went on MGTOW Dictionary's podcast this weekend. My internet was shit. I got that all fixed and sorted now, so we're good. But you know, I talked about it. The biggest downfall right now that's facing us as men, and we're starting to see it. You know, there's a question above that says, "Hey Corey, I'm confused. What's going on with the whole Rule Zero crew and all that other shit?" We'll get into that a little bit. Yeah. We'll talk about that too a little bit. But the biggest issue that we have right now is, obviously we know and we understand and we realize that masculinity needs to make a stark comeback, right? And the future needs to have a deep foundation in masculinity, where we cultivate masculine men and mentor them through. And that is the foundation by which civilization flourishes. The investment of both the feminine and masculine into producing good, strong men. That is the foundation of any civilization. And you could fight me on this. I mean, I wrote a book about it. That's what Purging Feminism is essentially about. I provide tons of arguments about that. By the way, goddamn, what a fucking sexy book. Look at this puppy. I need some what's it called? I need reviews, guys. I need some reviews on that one. So if you purchased and you've read it, please go to Amazon and leave a review. But where I'm going with all this is, you know, there's all this silly, stupid infighting amongst the men in the manosphere, where everyone they want to be the leader of their small little tribe, and they'll let the silliest little fucking disagreement, essentially their ego, get in the way. Chance. And that ruins it, right? Because the thing that's beating us down the most right now, especially when it comes to kind of the direction that we're going in society. I mean, we could see it all around us right now. Who's winning? I mean, it's the SJWs that cry the loudest, and it's the feminists. It's all these people that are pushing a gynocentric, you know, a feminine-oriented social order. And they're winning. And it's because we as men do not know how to group together, put aside some of our differences, just some of them, right? Because the funny part is, you ask a MGTOW, you ask a black pill, you ask a fucking red pill dude or a PUA or any of this stuff, 95% of the stuff is fucking all aligned. We're aligned on fucking 95% of this shit. We all see the writing on the wall. We see the code of the matrix. It's that 5% of how we need to go into the future and how we should practice it. It's like, guys, this is silly. This is stupid. Like, we have a priority in front of us of an enemy that we need to attack and quell and stifle and put to bed. Honestly, right? But yet we let our fucking silly little petty differences get in the way. And like I said, a lot of this comes down to ego, where it's like everyone's fighting to get a sliver of this fucking pie. It's like, you don't realize that if we reverted our society back to a more masculine-centered, masculine-focused society, the pie would be fucking gargantuan. It would be abundant. Everyone would be able to then, at that point in time, go in the direction that they so choose, right? Understanding and agreeing upon certain rules and codes by which we live by within a society. But then after that, there'd be more freedom for, like, one of the biggest things that I talk about right now, and I'm stealing this from Mike Maloney. It's one of the biggest things that I live by as far as what I want to design for the future is free markets, free people, and sound money. If we implemented those three things, there would be a lot more freedom in this world today. I talk a lot about decentralization. This is where my new book is really getting into as well. I started writing that also. It's coming along slowly. I'm not really excited. I'm not really excited to write another fucking 100,000 word book or however long the fuck it is or whatever. I'm building a different course, believe it or not, at the moment, to help out a different group of people. It kind of fits into my 6 pillars, focusing a little bit more on financial security and so forth for my new course. So we'll talk about that more on another day. But you know, this channel is always going to remain and still trying masculinity in the right direction. Now, what I'm seeing in a lot of these spaces, when it does come to men and them banding together, is all of them really do want to be shown how to become better men. They really do. They want to be led. It's just sometimes we get these charlatan type figureheads that come to the forefront, and they deliver platitudes, and they deliver these niceties, these things that kind of create like an addictive relationship where these guys are like, oh, that's the leader of our tribe. He has this flag. This is the ethos that we live by, and we can't allow anything else to come in or else it's an attack. And it's like, but at the same time, let me ask you a question. What is that like philosophy? What is that ideology? What is that flag, that banner that you're flying under? What is that really working on, right? Like, is it working on turning you into the best version of you? Is it turning you into the most well-rounded individual that you can be? Or is it making you specialize into one small category where really what it breaks down to is you're going to kind of evaporate into nothing. You're going to separate yourself so far away from the norm that, in a way, what you're doing is you're isolating yourself. You're isolating yourself purposefully because there's an underlying cause and an underlying issue there that just says, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And that's one of the biggest belief systems that people need to change about themselves, is that they need to start realizing that they're worthy and deserving of becoming the best version of themselves. Seriously. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, I can't save them all. And as a matter of fact, you guys probably know this. I don't give a fuck about saving anybody. Anybody. I am not here to save you. I don't believe any type of savior, right? You are your savior. That's what you should be. You need to reach down, go inside, go internal somehow, some way, and you got to find the strength to say, man, I got to change and I got to become the best version of me possible. And here's the thing, and this is what I was talking to with some of those guys on MGTOW Dictionary. Yeah, all right, shit, it sucks. Yeah, you were born, and your genetics make you 5'4". You're 5'4". Guess what? There's still other things that you could do to make an impact on this fucking planet, to raise your worth, to raise your sexual market value, and so forth. It's just not going to be fucking easy. It's like no one's got it fucking easy, man. Especially if you're a fucking nobody, right? Talked about that in my receipts video. Like I'm essentially a fucking nobody. Nobody fucking. I mean, it's not that nobody knows me, but in the grand scheme of things, especially with the big plans that I got going on, I'm not very well known. I don't have a shit ton of money. It's like, okay, well, I could sit here every single day and I could wake up at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and I could wake up and mope and be like, oh, another day when I'm fucking poor and I'm not fucking well known and my fucking plans aren't going as according to order and all this other shit, and then not do anything about it. Or I can sit here and be like, God damn, this is painful. This is okay. So who's in charge of this shit? Me. Okay. If I'm in charge of this shit, what do I got to do? Well, I just got to keep fucking going. I got to keep coming up with new plans. I got to keep adopting new strategies, right? I talk about this in my new course. Pain, everyone is so pain adverse. People want to run away from pain, right? And that's a smart thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to go and run into a goddamn lion's den and fucking get mauled because it's like, oh, I need to run at pain. But what I am saying is this. You need to be willing to push yourself into a pain threshold to a point where you're feeling a lot of fucking friction, a lot of fucking tension. And then you're like, okay, is this worth me to push through and continue? Or is this worth me to step back, reassess, and go another direction? But quitting should not be a fucking option. Not in this fucking time. Not right now. We, believe it or not, with this whole shit that's going on with the economy and the pandemic and all this other stuff, like shit's going to get fucking bad. But guess what? It's an opportunity for those of us that have been getting kicked in the fucking dick for fucking 3 fucking decades or more to say, what have I learned from all this shit? Has it toughened me up enough to survive and thrive during this upcoming time? Because I'll tell you what, the people that had all this shit handed to them easy come, easy fucking go. The people that have been sitting here fucking all fat and happy and comfortable about, you know, life just being fucking grand and awesome to them, they're going to get fucked up from this shit. And it's going to be your time, like in jiu-jitsu. I love it. When someone comes hard at me, I sit on my butt, right? Not pulling guard like when we're down on our knees. I sit on my butt and I let them come at me and I take that momentum, that charge that they're coming at me thinking that they're going to get me, and I flip them. I sweep them. And then I get on top. And now it's nice and easy. I used very little effort or energy for me to get on top. And that's what you got to do. You got to fucking jiu-jitsu your fucking current situation. How can I get myself set up right now in order for me to thrive during this upcoming time frame, right? There's going to be a transfer of wealth. It has to be. That's essentially what's going on. The pendulum is swinging back somehow, some way. It's how you decide to move yourself. It's how you decide to position yourself is what's best. And if this fucking thing up here, if this thing isn't positioned right now to get you into fucking high gear, guess what? You're going to sit there and you're going to fucking melt like the rest of them. I hate to fucking say it. I hate to say it. Where's your mind at? What are you filling your mind with? What are you filling your mind with? You getting yourself ready for this shit? You know, one dude up in here, Butte Lean, he said, he said, shout out to Mike Maloney, Gold and Silver, and the truth about the economy. If you're not watching Mike Maloney right now, you guys need to start watching this dude. He's fucking telling the God's fucking truth, the King's truth about fucking gold and silver and what's going on with the economy and the direction that it's going to go. Him, Kiyosaki, there's a few other people. If you're not looking into fucking Bitcoin, if you're not looking into altcoins or crypto or having some kind of deal going on with that, I hate to say it, you're not hedging your bets. You're not hedging your bets for the future, and that's what you should be doing. I've talked about this at length before too, so nothing fucking new, but it's just some stuff that you need to take into consideration. Are you filling your mind up with the idea and understanding of what to do in the future, of how things are going to start shaping itself, and are you positioning yourself right now in a way for you to gain leverage when the momentum shifts? Or are you going to kind of be a fucking lemon like the rest of these people that are crying about fucking stimulus checks and all this other shit and hoping that the government's going to fix it? Oh, it's going to be a fucking V rebound. No, it's not. It's not. Yo, the fucking Fed right now and all these motherfuckers are talking about turning the US dollar over to cryptocurrency. Shit's going to change. Shit's going to change. You got to get fucking ready for this shit. Ray says, glad you're trying to bridge the divide. At the end, we are all men in this war. Exactly. Exactly. Which direction do you want it to go? Do you want it to go to a fucking feminist dystopia or a fucking masculine utopia? That's the way I like to look at it. It's like men are the ones that build civilizations. We're the ones that built the greatest civilizations ever. It's going to take men again to stand up and fucking build it and put women back. I don't feel fucking bigoted or sexist to say any of this shit. It's just the fucking rules of nature, motherfucker. Like, if you don't like that shit, get your ass off my channel and go fucking cry on Twitter or fucking Reddit or Grindr or some bullshit. That's where you belong. Go in your little echo chamber, cry about misogyny and all this other shit. Let the fucking real men do work. Be seen but not heard. How's that sound? That's what I like. That's my new fucking motto for a lot of these people. Be seen and not heard. You can fucking live amongst us, but guess what? You can't rule shit. You can't rule shit. Because you can't even fucking rule yourself. You can't rule your emotions. So that's what's wrong with a lot of these guys too that are in the leadership roles of this space. Unfortunately, there's a lot of boy energy. There's a lot of people that are trying to fill a position that's way too big for them. They haven't had the training. They don't got the receipts. That's why I did that fucking receipts video. It wasn't just a fucking stab at John. It wasn't just, I mean, he's the one that pushed me to fucking do that shit. And, you know, I got to thank him for that. Thank you, buddy. Like, seriously. I needed to show people what I fucking had. It was a good fucking, it was a good lesson for me to say, you know what? I haven't ever come out here and I haven't ever told anybody the full fucking story. I haven't shown my fucking receipts. Thank you, buddy. Semper Fi to you as well. Hope you're doing well. But really what it came down to with that was it's like I needed to show it. I needed to show it. For some reason, at some point in time, I just, you know, I never thought that it was necessary. And I just got caught up with building the brand and all that stuff. And it's like, you know what? I never showed people what I got. And there's a difference between being a fucking asshole about this stuff and always bragging about your shit. And then there's also an aspect to it where, like, trying to be too humble. And I think for me, it wasn't the fact of me trying to be too humble. It was the fact that I just kind of forgot, right? It was like, I just kind of kept going with the flow of things, and I kind of forgot. Like, it's just like with online dating and different types of things. If you go in front of a group of people that don't know you, it is always best to market yourself. I mean, there's the Sharky level of marketing, right? There's the cheap way of marketing. There's the way too aggressive type of marketing. But then there's also kind of the spectrum that I fell under at that point in time too. Was I barely marketed myself. I mean, I essentially I thought just saying what I say and doing what I do was enough. But it's like sometimes you got to give people a fucking peek into your resume. You got to show the receipts for things. And that's another thing that I'm going to start harping on more and more and more on that. It's like, if you don't have receipts, you better build them up, right? And if you don't have receipts and you're trying to fucking act like a big tough motherfucker in this space, guess what? Let's see them. Let's see those receipts. And that's what I challenge all you guys to do. Challenge all these people. What are your receipts? What do you got? Right? Like, what makes you an authority in this space? Is it, like I said, I don't care about how many fucking followers you have on YouTube. You can buy fucking fake followers. You can buy fake followers. I don't know if that fucking gauge is real. You know what I'm saying? You can also sit here and tell me how much money you made, but unless you fucking show me goddamn pay stubs and your fucking W-2 or whatever the fuck it is, right? Show me what you made after taxes. Yeah, I mean, if you're not afraid. If that's what you're going to lead with, like, this is one reason why I like this fucking, his name's Graham Stephan, right? Is that what his name is? Yeah, I think so. This dude shows directly on fucking YouTube all the time. This is what I make. This is what I make. That's how he became fucking famous. Here's how much money I make. Look at this shit. Here you go. This is why you should fucking listen to me. Right? Like, this is what I'm fucking doing. It blew me the fuck away. It's like, yo, this dude is showing people he just made $250K off of fucking YouTube. Holy shit, that's some balls. Oh yeah, I'm a millionaire. And this is why I can give you guys some financial advice. It's like that's why he has a fucking following. There's trust there. This guy knows, I mean, what he's doing is working. There's something there, you know? And essentially, like, going back to the questions, people are like, hey, why'd you have a falling out with MLD? Why'd you have a falling out with the Rule Zero guys and all this other stuff? It's because essentially really what it comes down to is I know my fucking value. I wrote him an email. I said, hey, I got a business proposition for you when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to the Rule Zero live event. I want to speak there. I don't want to take any money. I'm not going to pay any money and I'm not going to take any money, but I'd like to have a platform there. Let's figure out a way to work this out. How's that sound? And then, of course, you know, this is why none of them will come out. None of them will actually fucking address this whole thing because it was a business proposition. But instead, they're going to sit here and try to say I'm unhinged or I'm fucking uncentered, whatever the fucking bullshit. Like when people sit there and they deliver like a little platitude to kind of make you fucking listen to them, but then they don't give any evidence, be very, very cautious of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I heard a little rumor that someone asked the same question in someone's webinar, and it was like, oh, Corey did some bad things. It's like this is like listening to fucking AOC or Joe Biden. Hey, why is this going on? Oh, because of this. Now let's move on, right? When someone tries to brush aside and they don't fucking like give you fucking evidence, they don't show receipts. Why do you trust them? Why trust them? Is it because they're popular? Is it because they have people that follow them? That's a logical fallacy, right? A fallacy from authority is really what it comes down to. Are you buying into it just because you want to belong to the group and just move along with it? Because everybody else is like, oh wow, oh my god, this guy fucking walks on water. He's got 250,000 subs. Oh my god, he's so cool, right? Or are you listening to the words that come out of their mouth? Are you listening? The doxing on that. Oh yeah, I got you. I didn't watch that part, honestly. I don't know what was going on there, but it's getting silly. Like I said, in the email too, the email to the Rule Zero guys, I said, hey, let's work together. We can continue to build the brand up, and let's not forget about the main message, the main thing that we're here to do. It's to mentor men to become the best version of themselves. And, you know, obviously it was taken poorly. It was taken poorly because the reason why it was taken poorly is because they wanted to take it poorly. The reason why I say that is because there's nothing really that you could get upset about. It was instead, to them, it felt like an attack on their ego. Why does this guy, who does he think he is to do this stuff? It's like, first off, you know who I am. We've had plenty of conversations. You know that I have the wisdom and the knowledge and the ability to speak in the space. Number two, like I said in the email too, I'm like, hey, listen, I to have in front of these men to show them you can come from a fucking shit situation and you can rebuild your life. And I think that's a very, very important role model to have in front of people. Because like I said, there's a lot of these guys, like that was the whole aspect of this black pill conversation that I saw this weekend, is that a lot of guys out there that feel like they're down and out and they'll never achieve because girls won't have sex with them. And it's like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You guys should have seen me when I was at my lowest point. I was a fucking mess. I was a mess. I didn't have fucking, I had, yeah, we won't go into too much of the detail. It's embarrassing. No, it's not that bad. No, I had my Subaru STI repossessed. I had to sell my BMW M5 for fucking stupid low money. My hormones were fucking way out of balance. I was eating emotionally, right? Because I'd never been in that position before. I got fat. I'm going to be honest with you. I got fat. You should have seen my fucking skin was like milky white. It was like gross. I was gross, right? I think I got up, like the heaviest I got up to was like 268 or something like that. And I was just a fucking depressed and anxious mess. And I wanted to end it all. I did. I was there. I was fucked, right? Coming off of a bad business, getting out of a fucking bad relationship kind of deal, removing my parents from my life, having like a one-itis over this one girl, right? I had one-itis before. I'm no fucking perfect angel when it comes to this game, right? What else, man? I mean, no fucking money. I had to like beg people to live with them for a little while, right? After coming off of the fucking mountain, living in that bus. Like, but I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice to get better. And sure, it did not fucking change overnight. It took me 3 years to get back on a stable track, where I had income, where I had my own roof over my head, where I had a fucking vehicle that was dependable that I could drive, right? Where I was, I have no clue what's going on there. I think that's probably you. My audio is fine. Fuck, where am I going now with this? Essentially, what it comes down to is, it was bad. It was bad, but I fucking ended up finally getting, like, starting jujitsu, getting in better shape that way, getting back in the gym, lifting weights, going and investing in myself and doing all this other stuff. Like, I got better. And I keep getting better because I built a new foundation. I built a new foundation with me at the center of it, with me focusing on my health in the direction that I want to go in life as the fucking the primary order, right? I got in the game a bit more as well. Learned how to fucking game better from a red pill perspective as well. So that, here's the thing when it comes to that, and this is my theory on all this stuff. Game is continuous, guys. Never ever quit game. Like, never stop doing it. This whole monk mode bullshit. That's only a place, that comes from a place if you have abundance of women where you're like, whoa, time out. I'm getting a little lost. I need to refocus on my direction. But if you don't have women, if you don't have an abundance of women, you can't sit here and say, I'm in monk mode. No, you're just fucking not able to get women, right? Don't lie to yourself. So game is continuous. You got to continue to do this. But the problem I'm seeing with a lot of stuff right now too is this. A lot of people end up turning that one aspect into the sole direction of their life. And it's like, no. Here's the new message that we got to start talking to and teaching people about is, hey, you need to become the most well-rounded version. You know, in my group, in the WarTribe, we've been discussing this. It's like, number one needs to be purpose, right? Or number one should be fitness. Number two should be finances. Or number one should be finances. Number two should be fitness. Number three should be women. Or it can go even further down the list. But it's still in your purview and you're still operating and working with it. A lot of these guys that are buying into these courses and doing all this other stuff, now good for you if you're trying to work on that aspect of your life, but there's too many people as well that are too of their life. That's all the fucking content that they're consuming, and they're focusing, again, it's no different than being a pussy worshiper. It's like, I'm not happy about my life right now. What do I need to do? I need to have sex with more women. It's like, I'd say this is not the time for that, honestly. That's why I kind of changed my opinions on a few things recently. It's like the priority should be financial, it should be income and stability. So financial stability and gaining more income. And then from there, it's, Tony Montana talks about it. First you get, First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. It's kind of how it should be. But game, like I said, should be continuous. Oh, man. Crazy being on here. Where we at? So that's kind of my message when it comes to this space. Is everyone's, it's kind of funny because Rolo sits there and he always talks about and bashes the brand of me. He's one of the biggest promoters of his own brand. It's kind of fucking, again, like I said, hypocritical. But that is what's going on right now. Is there's too many people where it's the brand of me, the brand of me, the brand of me, the brand of me. It's like we need a bigger purpose. We need a bigger purpose. I think that's exactly what it comes down to, BK. And this isn't just me saying this. This is a lot of people writing to me or talking to me and saying, hey, this, again, it goes back to ego. It's like, I want to be the boss. I want to be the boss. No, I want to be the boss. Okay, we got our little set hierarchy. And then I come walking in here and I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? Here's what I've done. Boom, 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 boom. And here's my fucking everything I laid out in my receipts video. And then I'm, charismatic. I have the ability to speak. I can speak well on all these topics. And like I said, hey, I am the ideal role model. And that's not me trying to like toot my own horn or anything like that. It's like, listen to the story. And this is something that can relate to men at this perfect stage, right? My biggest following right now, the large majority of people that subscribe and follow this stuff are from 25 years old to 35 years old. And there's a reason why that age category is directed my way. And then from 35 to 45, it's a little bit lower, but I still have people within that range. It's like those are the men that are within the fucking, in the red pill, in the manosphere right now. That's who we need to influence the most. And if you got someone who can walk his walk and talk his talk, you'd be smart to fucking promote that person, right? Because now it's something that can be scaled even further. We can get a bigger reach. It's not trying to come in here and carve out a fucking slice of this pie that's already tapped. It's like, no, let's grow this shit. Let's go bigger. Let's go bigger. And that was the mindset there. That's why I didn't try to take any fucking money, right? It's like, I'm probably make the least amount of money out of all those guys, honestly. But I was willing to go in there and not make a fucking dime and eat all of the cost on my own too. The fucking travel expenses, food, all that other shit, and then the room. It's like, I just want to get in front of guys and help them understand that they can get better and they can build themselves in a better fucking way. So let's do it, right? If that's the message, remember this, guys. Remember the whole thing is the medium is the message. So this is something I want you to apply to this whole situation. The medium is the message. It's like, what is this really about? Is this really about you making money and you getting attention and building and boosting your own ego? Or is this about helping men? Now, it's good to have a good balance between that, right? Like, I wouldn't do this. If I came on here every single day and I didn't have one single person fucking like my stuff or fucking comment in the comment section or any of this shit, yeah, I'd be fucking distraught. That'd be terrible. I'm not making an impact. Absolutely. Right? It's a reciprocal relationship. You feed me energy one man's way, sent me $50. That's a form of energy. That's a form of saying, hey, I support you and I want you to continue to go down this fucking path. Keep going. Awesome. Thank you. Another way of reciprocating energy is by sharing and liking this stuff or having the conversation on it, right? I get that. We do need that for sure, right? But at the same time, if it's just about serving your fucking wallet and your ego, that's not fucking good. That's not good. It's not the direction you want to take this. There's a healthy balance though, like I said. Sure, I sell books, I got a fucking course, so on and so forth. But, as I talked about, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I love Donovan. Donovan's a great dude. He actually reached out recently to me. It's just everything was going on with my internet. I couldn't help him out, so unfortunately. But that relationship's not scarred, so we're good there. Also, John made an online dating course after you did. He could have seen you as competition. I think that's really what it comes down to as well. I was willing to work with John before, and actually it was something that I was going to try to do was pitch him a way that we could build my course and I can make him a partner in it, but it never got to that point. So no big deal there. It's all good. When it comes to all this though, like I said, moving forward, what I would like to see is us all flying under one banner. And I'm not talking about, man, yeah, I agree with you there. He's got some good theories. I think what he did from the perspective of where he was at is he studied the material really well, and he saw some things from experience or from other people and so forth, and he categorized it very, very well. I think his first book is, even if I don't like the guy, I think his first book is canon for Red Pill theory. I do. I will hand that book to any man from here on out to the end of my fucking days. I swear to you. That book is gold. Now, him on the other hand, there's your receipts. What have you really done? I don't really like your behavior in the background. I don't like this passive aggressive bullshit, this weasel bullshit, right? But your book, I'll hand that to people fucking all goddamn day. And I don't care if you make any money off of it. I don't. I think you should. It's gold. I just think there needs to be some fucking ego check when it comes to certain things. When it comes to what is the direction we want to take this? What's the direction we want to take this? Is it here to serve you in your pockets? Or is it here to serve, I hate to fucking use the term the greater good. I hate that, right? It gets way too like utilitarian. I'm not a Bentham fan or fucking Kant or any of these motherfuckers, right? As far as philosophy is concerned. But it's like, hey, we do have a bigger purpose. We have a bigger purpose and we have a bigger direction that we need to go. And that's shifting society back to a masculine frame and creating a foundation of multi-generational masculine mentorship. And we need to figure out a way to amass men in a fast pace, to get everybody on the same working team and to march in that direction. And that requires leadership. That requires role models. That requires people who can walk the walk and talk the talk. Anyway, shit. That's about all I got for today. I just wanted to hop on here real quick. Unless you guys got some questions, I'm not seeing a whole lot of fucking comments going on here. But it feels good to be back on air. Let me actually fucking, it seems like everything's kind of slow. Oh shit, yeah, you guys are definitely blowing up on the other thing. But yeah, it was giving me some weird vibes at times. Yeah, it's just social stuff. Just social calibration is kind of the term that we use in the WarTribe. It's like, is that person socially calibrated? It's like, there's some weird things that are going on there. And that all, I mean, it's so funny because one of these key people says the key phrase, do the work. It's like, what work? Well, the fact of the matter is a lot of the stuff is inner work that you got to do. A lot of self-reflection, therapy, meditation, all sorts of different types of stuff, right? Even for me, spiritual journeys. Kill the boy, right? Go through that rite of passage. Make death an ally rather than a foe. You know, that's one big thing that's wrong with our society and our culture today is we run from the death. You're not going to be able to outlast it because it's going to happen. So you just got to fucking come to terms with some things. When you're running away from death, that's what your fucking primary drive and focus is. It's like most people who run away from death, they don't really truly live. It's strange when you think about it that way. It's like all these people that are bitching and moaning about masks and all this other stuff. It's like, have you guys really lived a day in your entire life? Like, you cling to your life, but have you really truly lived? Have you truly lived? And the answer is most of these people would much rather be slaves to a system than to be free people and live life on their terms. It's a sad thought. Have you reached out to others, such as LFA? I don't know who LFA is. I need to look this guy up. Ray, do me a favor, if you don't mind. Go into the chat and link me either his Twitter or his YouTube or something like that. And that way there, I'll have that there after I get off air, and I'll be able to click through and do different stuff. So that'd be fucking awesome. Listening as I detail my car. Great to see you live streaming again. Yeah, no doubt. And that's exactly what my point is. It's like, I read this book called The Mission, the Men, and Me. I highly recommend this book to anybody who wants to learn about leadership, or if you just like military books in general. This guy was one of the first Delta commanders to go. He was the first Delta commander to go into Afghanistan right after September 11th, and then also go and pursue Saddam Hussein. what he talks about there is it got super shady because essentially what happened was, obviously during that time frame, radio transmissions and telecommunications via satellite got way better, especially when they were going after Saddam. I think it was 2006 or something like that. And he's reporting back live time, well, I mean, with some delays, obviously, to Tampa, Florida, where the U.S. SOCOM command is at. And here he is. I think he's a lieutenant colonel at this point in time. He's like feet on the ground in the tactical situation, calling back and saying, hey, this is the type of support we need and this is the direction we need to go. And there's some general sitting back there who's never been in a fucking war in his entire life or any of this other stuff, who's in charge, sitting in his nice, cushy fucking air-conditioned space on this little telephone, telling them what to do. And I think in the book, he even disobeys the orders or something like that, right? But it's the fucking crazy bullshit of what's going on right now, of like, we got these kind of like armchair quarterbacks that are just sitting there out of harm's way that haven't really been in the shit or in a tactical situation aren't there. They don't know what needs to be done. Like when it comes down to these things, men in those higher positions of authority need to rely on their tactical commanders and trust that their tactical commanders are going to make the right decision. But instead, you got these people that want to micromanage everything below them in a political space, in a bureaucratic space, because they're scared that they're going to do the wrong thing, which would then, in a way, tarnish their fucking reputation. It's like, no. You have to trust the tactical commander, the man on the ground who's giving you fucking first-hand data and says, this is what needs to be done. Most of these people that are in those positions are in a support role. They're supposed to be supporting. They're not actually supposed to be leading, right? So I tell you that story just because that's kind of essentially what it comes down to, is when you have these people that don't have any skin in the game, they also don't deserve any form of leadership. I mean, honestly, you gotta understand these kinds of things, right? So, anyway, LFA is pretty cool. Awesome. I'll check them out. Hopefully Ray sent me that text message. I can't see. I got my phone up at the time. So anyway, it sounds like something that William Wall said. Yeah, he's not. Oh man. Anyway. I tried to hop off here a little while ago, and I got fucking back on track. So, shit. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate the super chat. You guys are fucking awesome. At this point in time, too, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I did lower the price tag. They're not in their current shit, which is way different than years ago. Yeah, I agree. It's all good and dandy to sit there and talk theory, but if you're also trying to be a leader in the space, you got to have some skin in you. You got to know what's going on the fucking ground. You got it. Like, I hate to say it. You know, and then the whole Ryan Stone situation. By the way, John called me out for saying that I said that Ryan doesn't really bring anything of value and just simply sits there and holds Rich and Rolo's nuts. I did say that. Absolutely did say that. That's all Ryan's there to do, is just be a hype man for Rich and Rolo. He doesn't bring anything to the table. I agree here. Ryan Stone only understands Ryan Stone. He's literally talking to himself for most of the time. He's good at pimping his coffee, though. Yeah, I really don't understand him when he talks either. It's just like, okay, whatever you said there, buddy. Yeah. So what I was saying was, if you guys are interested, description below. I lowered my price tag for my online dating mastery course. Help a brother out if you guys are interested in the online dating course. I mean, it's $100. It's not a whole lot. I'll tell you where I'm at with things right now. I'm starting and I'm pushing a new course. Like I said, it's kind of more along the lines of like financial security and pushing through different levels of anxiety when it comes to financial security and creating income. It's going to be a little bit more of a mass marketed course, but I've been fucking hammering it down. The only downfall is I need to gain a lot of money for fucking advertising. That's the only sticking point I got going on right now. So if you guys want to throw a hundo my way and get an online dating course, that'd be fucking awesome. As always, Purging Feminism and my first book, Live Your Best Life in 30 Days, is on Amazon, so go ahead and do that. In the links below, I also have, if you guys don't mind and want to contribute to helping me out, my PayPal link, right? PayPal.me / I believe it's / Corey Capella. And then also in the description as well, if you guys don't mind and you haven't seen my latest videos, I have the top 3 of my latest videos. So after we're done here, if you haven't seen those, go in the description and please click the links to those videos, hit the thumbs up, and share if you enjoy that content. So with that said, guys, I'm going to do my best. I will keep you posted on when I will be back on here live. Maybe I'll do like a Monday, Friday kind of thing, kind of open the week and then close the week. And then post up one video on Wednesday, like the actual edited and all that good stuff videos. Yeah, I'll be putting out a good one on Wednesday. So stay tuned to that. And like I said, anytime those do pop up, please leave comments, man. The comments, even if you just stop in for a second, leave a comment. It helps out with the algorithm. It gets the whole thing known that people find value in it. Hit the like button as well. Yeah, awesome. So tentatively Friday, I'll keep you guys posted in the community tab as to when I actually do decide to do that, but let's shoot with Friday. I think it'd be a good one. And again, like I said, help a brother out, get some fucking advertising dollars for his new course. So go to paypal.me / Corey Capella. I hate shilling, but guess what? A man's got to fucking eat. So hell yeah, fucking love it. Good stuff, dude. Thanks for stopping in. Hit that like button as always, and share this content. I'll see you guys on